comes to offering the home elevation part of a service, we feel it's very important that the contractor you choose at least can back up the work with the equipment that they use. Why? Well, sometimes you can get with a company that offers home elevation, and one of the things you got to look out for is, do they own the equipment that for the service that they're selling me? Why is that important? Well, one, shows the experience. Two, it can show if the person that you're working with has the integrity or honesty to let you know that you're probably going to get charged on the back end extra money just because they have to rent the machine from somebody else. Now, this isn't to throw shade. It's more of the homeowner making a very wise and smart decision, because raising a house isn't something cheap, isn't something affordable. It's an expensive service that you have to make sure that you are investing properly in. And outside of the money costs, you want to make sure you have a good contractor that can back you up. Now, just aside of that, right, how does the machine work? Well, each of these valves are connected to a hose that we stick on the side. Right here on this side, I don't think you can see it. We'll show clips of it in a bit. But the hoses that connect to the side of the machine are the hoses that you see right here. And obviously we have more of these hoses that we use. These get connected to the pistons that we'll show right now, as well as other equipment that we have, like the crib boxes that we use to hold the house up in the air. Basically, the crib boxes like big Jenga blocks. If you ever play Jenga, you know that they're stacked on each other, right? The same concept goes whenever we're raising a house. How do we keep it up in the air whenever we have to do the footings, columns? Well, we have our own cribbing also that we use to hold these houses up in the air, which we'll show right here. Now, the cost of home elevation really depends on the area that you live in, how high you have to go, the type of flood zone that you're in, the type of structure that you have. If you're on pier and beam, block and base, or concrete slab, the prices do differ. Outside of that is like different add-ons that you want to add, like cosmetic-wise, right? Like custom porches, the CMU skirt around the house, and just many things that we can also add on. It just depends on what you want to spend. But I know people always want to hear a number. How much? And we see the comments, people say, well, oh, look, these guys are not answering to us whenever we say how much. Well, that's because we don't answer, because every price is different. Now, we can tell you, though, an average home elevation, and this is just average ballpark for anything that we do, Leon does. And we're able to say these prices, comfortably because we own and operate our machine. We're not using third parties for our equipment. The machine that we use for these type of projects, we're operating in everything ourselves. Now, the price on a ballpark, it depends on the house structure, like I mentioned, but you're looking at around $30,000 and up if it's something of a slab house. And a slab house for that price is really rare at $30,000, but that's an ideal price range that we usually start at. It just depends on, like I said, on the size of the house. On a pier and beam or block and base, on a block and base more actually, you're looking at around maybe $10,000 and up, just depending on the size of the house, crawl space, and just other permitting factors that go along with this project. It's probably what does wood have to do with raising a house? Well, holding it up in the air, this is the best helper when we have a home elevation project, because while it's in the air, we need to do the footings, do the columns, the understructure plumbing. It's everything that goes along with the project. So it's a lot that goes to it. Sometimes people think, well, why is it so expensive? Why? Keep in mind, we're raising a structure off the ground. It's not going to be $5,000, $2,000, $3,000, $6,000, right? It's a higher end service, just because whenever it comes to raising a house, usually people do it because they have sentimental value to the house, or in today's economy, people see, well, you can just build another house with the money you're going to spend on it. I mean, can you? Yes. Can you build the same house that you currently have? Probably not. And in today's economy, everything is really expensive. So at this point, it is kind of cheaper to raise your house instead of actually rebuilding and starting over, especially if it's a house that you already paid off, right? You want to take care of that investment that you made and take care of your own property. So I think, to each their own, but home elevation is a very good way to, increase property value and help you stay out of floodwaters, especially in the Houston area, where we seen a couple days ago it was flooding all around town. So that was it, guys. Just a small, really fast and easy video, just talking about the home elevation machine, pricing. Just, obviously over time we'll go more in depth about these questions and once we start having more videos up on our page and our social media pages, we'll get more in depth on the actual breakdown cost of things. But as of now, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions regarding, home elevation project that you plan on doing, you want us to overlook a quote that you received, or you want a quote from us, you can hit us up at www.leonfoundationrepair.com or email us at info@leonfoundationrepair.com. Or if you just want to have a conversation with us, give a call to our office at 832-398-6280. Other than that, thank you guys and have a wonderful day.